Hello and welcome to part 3 of my Pokémon Red Giftlocke. In the last episode, you guys chose my starter, which was Cubone, who we have named Dog Coffee, and we encountered a problem, which is that Cubone only learns one move by level up, one attacking move, until level 38 in Gen 1 it actually is, not level 18. That is only in yellow, which is Bone Club, which obviously all flying types are immune to. So if we encounter a flying type, we're in big trouble. Now, let me just say, this is actually post-commentated, but this is my first opportunity to say it, because I knew I went straight into the team recap, if you like. Because for some reason, my computer just didn't record my voice at all. Like, it's not that it was bad quality or anything like that, it just doesn't exist, my voice on the recording. So, not quite sure why that happened, but it did. So, what I said at the end of episode 2 was that we could grind up to level 18 and learn Thrash. I think it was. I'm sure it was Thrash. But turns out, when I was looking at the Bulbapedia page for Cubone's moveset, I was looking at the yellow moveset, not the red and blue one. And no, it was Headbutt. It was Headbutt at level 18. And it turns out the first attacking move that Cubone learns that's not a ground type move is actually Thrash at level 38. So I wasn't going to grind up to level 38 because 1, that is a lot of grinding, and 2, that just means I'd beat the first however many gym leaders hands down no matter what they've got. So it seemed a little bit unfair, to be honest. So we didn't do that, we decided to risk it. So I'm currently making my way through Viridian Forest, if you notice, with barely any encounters, which is odd, to take on this first trainer. This is our first trainer battle since the lock started, since we faced our rival at the start. Picked up the calcium in front of him, and then I think I realised that I might not have picked up the item just below. Used the speed up button, and I had picked it up, so there you go. Right, so time to take on this trainer, and if he has a flying type, we lose. This is the situation we're dealing with at the moment in this lock. If anyone has a flying type, and it is randomised, remember, so they could have anything. So the hurry is that I just want to get past you, to be honest. That's something what I was thinking at this point. So Bugcatcher wants to fight. He's got one Pokemon, it's level 9, and it is a Hitmonlee, which is a scary Pokemon, but it's not a flying type, so that's good. Right, so only thing we can really do here is go for Bone Club. It goes for Meditate, which is, again, scary because it boosts its attack, and we're on a 3-hit KO there. And it's used 2 Meditates, which is just utterly terrifying. We miss a Bone Club as well, which is just terrific. So double kick after 2 Meditates is not quite going to kill us, so the lock's still alive. However, the Hitmonlee is faster than us. And if we healed up at that point, in case anyone's saying you should have healed, if he'd used another Meditate, it'd have been a 1-hit KO anyway, so I had to take the risk, and it paid off. And we just about scraped through that battle. So our first trainer battle with a Bugcatcher almost went badly. It almost went very badly. But we got through it. And then we get a wild encounter, which was a Poliwhirl, which I ain't got no time for at the moment. I'm not fighting water types with 9 HP. No way. Level 3 or no level 3. I think I was thinking about using the potion, but it's a waste, to be honest, when the Pokemon Center is just ahead of us. So there we go, we're out of the grass, and now we are free to heal up at the Pokemon Center. Now, I also made an executive decision for this episode, which was we're actually going to get our second Pokemon before we fight Brock. Because I figured there's 5 trainers between us and the second Pokemon if we glitch past Brock. So I'm going to teach you how to do a glitch in this episode on Gen 1 to get past Brock without fighting him. Because obviously there's a guy stopping you leaving Pewter to the east, and we can actually get past him. So I think I just went straight over to do that, to be honest. Yeah, looks like it. There we go. Right. So you have to save. Well, you don't have to save your game. You have to scroll down to the save option, because during this glitch it's going to freeze your ability to move through the menu. Then you're going to stand 1 tile in front of this guy that drags you back to the gym. Okay? And that's crucial, because you can do the glitch on any other tiles, but it works differently and it can mess up your game completely and make it unplayable. So make sure you're standing on this line. So he does his chatting. We're closing this off with B, not A. So if you're doing this on a Game Boy, it's B, not A. If you're doing it on an emulator, it's whatever you've got assigned as B. So you close it off with B and instantly open up the menu before he gets to start walking. You save your game, which for some reason I'm taking my sweet time about doing. I was probably explaining it slightly different timing, that's probably why. And would you like to save the game? So we save. And then he's going to start, it's going to start us walking a bit funny. He's not even walking, blah, blah, but we're just going to reset the game. There it is. Look at that timing. Speed up button is handy for situations like that. There you go. Look at that intro. Straight through. Gen 1 speed up is ridiculous. And now he's going to start talking again, but if you notice on a different bit of dialogue. Then he walks in from the left, he disappears and walks in from the left, and then disappears and does the same speech. Now he's going to lead us. There he is. Did you see him just walk off the left of the screen? And now he's going to be on Pewter Jim's roof. There he is. So he's going to walk us all the way around, as usual, except he's in a different place. He's going to walk straight into that girl, which is rather rude. Didn't even have her consent. Now, if you have the right stuff, go take on Brock, and then he walks off as usual. But now, this time, when we walk back round, I think you'll find that he's hopefully not going to be there. I'm pretty sure it worked first time. Yeah, it did. Okay, now, you want to walk through where he was, so right along the edge of the wall. If you walk where he could see you, he'll still drag you back even though he's not there. Right, so there's our next trainer, and there's another one. So we have to take on those two, and there's two more on this route, and then we can get a new Pokemon. So just fingers crossed for no flying types. That's all we're after, really. Right. So it's a little bit tense. I remember being... I'm gutted that I lost it, because the commentary was obviously a lot better, because there was the live tension in, you know, in what I was saying and what I was doing, and that every single time a trainer challenged me or sent out a Pokemon could be the end of the lock, and nothing I could do about it. So he sent out Nidoran, which is nice because we have type advantage with Bone Club. Does nice and 4 damage, and it lives, which is just really inconvenient. Uses Lay but gets 256, which if you don't know what being 256 is in first gen, I don't know, Google it. It's a bit of a long thing to just explain very quickly now. Dog Coffee goes to level 11 when we take down the Nidoran, which is nice. And then he sends out an Arbok, so we're thinking Arlocke's in here because all of his Pokemon are weak to Bone Club. Uses Lay, which is annoying because he's still got one Pokemon left. So he could do extra damage now. And we get a crit, which is lovely. Arbok goes down. And Dog Coffee goes up another level. Right, one more Pokemon, and it is Pidgeotto. So that's it. That's it, basically. The lock is over now. But I decided I wasn't going down without a fight, so what I actually decided to do, I've sped this bit up, is I was going to try and PP stall and try and struggle it to death, because I thought, I've not got this far to just reset the game or just end the lock or whatever I was going to do. I've not got this far to do that at all. So this is all, there's me potioning up. I even, if you watch towards the end of the sped up potion, tried to use the Pokédoll, because I thought if the Pokédoll lets you out of a trainer battle, the Pokédoll that we picked up in the PC could be the most useful thing ever. But this is me explaining. I think the reason why I paused for so long there was I was explaining how basically, based on the amount of PP left and the amount of damage that Gust was doing, I could not win at this point. I knew that. So this is where I think in the near future, this is me going, I am totally stuffed. I cannot do this. The Pidgeotto would have to get 256 so many times in a row, like miss its 100% accurate move. I tried using the Pokédoll and then just accepted defeat. We're back to normal speed just to watch Dog Coffee go down. And it's a sad, sad day, but you might notice there's still a bit of time left on this video. What I actually decided was that it's episode 3, but the first episode was literally just getting the start out of the way so you could choose my starter. So really, we're only like 2 episodes into this game. You know, we've not even done a gym badge yet. So I decided, because it was like the randomizer that screwed us over a little bit, I'm gonna do a version 2 straight on from this episode for next week. So stay tuned, because you're going to choose my starter at the end of this episode for version 2 or take 2 or whatever you want to call it. So that was sort of like the executive decision I was making on the spot. I was umming and ahhing about it and whether it was the right thing to do. And to be honest, a lot of you guys have been quite excited for this series and, you know, quite enjoying this series, even though it's fairly new. So I decided that, you know, we're going to give it another crack. What I was going to do was re-randomise the starters and nothing else about the game, and just see if we can get a little bit further, basically. So, peel it away, and here it is. Here's the re-randomised game, and here's where you choose my starters. So the first option is RHYHORN. which I believe I looked up, and I think RHYHORN could be in the same position because I think it can only learn Horn Attack for quite a while, which means if we encounter a ghost, which we haven't so far, I hasten to add, but if we encounter a ghost, RHYHORN can do nothing. So we could end up in the same position if you choose RHYHORN. I'm still okay with you potentially choosing RHYHORN, but I'm just warning you, if it happens again, I'm not going to reset the game again. That's going to be the end of the Giftlocke, and we're just going to accept defeat. Well, we've already been defeated, but we're going to accept defeat twice. So, just to warn you that, I'm pretty sure all RHYHORN can learn is Horn Attack for the first, like, I don't know, way too many levels for it to be worth grinding, put it that way. It might be like 25 levels or something. I'm just going to quickly look it up, see if it doesn't go off the screen in time. Okay, skipping through. Right, yeah, it's 30. And it learns another normal type move at level 30 anyway, so what can you do? Right, the next option was KRABBY, which I think can only get a water type move, but there are no immunities to water. So let me just check its moveset very quickly on my phone. Yeah, it can only get Bubble and Lair until level 20 when it learns Vice Grip. But there's nothing immune to water, so even if I get like a resistance, something that stands up well to it, we can still whittle it down. We can, you know, we can deal with that situation, albeit it might be a bit difficult. So KRABBY is definitely a better option than RHYHORN at this point. And then the third option was PARASECT, which I think, I mean, I don't like PARASECT at all. I don't like PARASECT. I think the rubbish Pokemon. They've actually got 3 double weaknesses in Gen 1 because Poison is weak to Bug is weak to Poison in Gen 1. But PARASECT starts with Scratch, Stun Spore, and Leech Life, which is a lot more manageable because if we get a Ghost, well, Poison's weak to Bug, and all Ghost types in Gen 1 are Poison types. So if we get something that's immune to Scratch, we've got a Stab super effective move to fall back on, and we've also got Stun Spore to deal with some tricky opponents. Flying types still present a problem, but don't forget Gust is a normal type move in this game, so that Pidgeotto wouldn't actually do super effective damage to us, and we haven't seen a fire type yet. So, I'll leave the decision in your hands, but to me, RHYHORN is most likely the end of the lock if we encounter one of the 3 ghost types that are in the game. KRABBY and PARASECT can't be completely nerfed, put it that way. They're not. RHYHORN's probably the best Pokemon, but it's the only one of the 3 that can be completely nerfed, like Cubone just got. So, leave a vote in the comment section down below. I think I went back just to read the Pokédex entries at this point. And just let you guys make the decision. But yeah, leave a comment in the comment section below. We're going to start version 2 next week, and we're going to be starting with a brand new starter. Everything else is going to be the same. So we've got the Pokédoll out of the computer, because that's not been re-randomised. We're definitely going to fight a Hitmonlee, which, again, RHYHORN's going to struggle with. A lot, actually. Going to struggle a lot. That might be another reason not to vote RHYHORN. Might get beaten there, to be honest. We're definitely going to fight a Nidoran and an Arbok, which either of those could have a Poison type move, which might be trouble for PARASECT. And we're definitely going to fight a Pidgeotto, but that's all we know. And that is literally all we know about this game, so that's why I didn't re-randomise the rest of it, because we don't know anything about it yet. So, let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you're happy that we're carrying on. Leave a comment if you really think we shouldn't be, and why. You know, like, I mean, it's not like we're claiming this is the same lock. It is going to be a separate lock. It's just going to be the same series twice in a row because the first one was so short. So this is a separate Giftlocke that's starting next week. But I just didn't want to. I really like the idea, and it was suggested by you guys, and I want to give it a fair shot. And I don't think, with being just completely walled by a flying type, I don't think it was a fair shot. So, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Don't forget to choose a starter. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, and don't forget to share with your friends if you think they would enjoy. But for now, all I have left to say is thank you very much for watching. As always, I've been Ibeza, you've been amazing, and I will see you next time.